Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced, and welcome to the DevRel and Dev Advocacy Podcast. In this episode, I want to really talk about a particular tool that I've really been enjoying, that I've been using in some of my efforts. And this is there's the framework, which is called Astro. And Astro is essentially a static web generation framework. So essentially what it is like you write, it generates your website into sort of static HTML. So that way even though if you write a bunch of JavaScript, you still have a really fast, crisp running website. But what's really awesome is that someone built a docs framework on top of Astro called Starlight. And what I really love about it is I can just write Markdown all day and quickly generate a really useful documentation website, because it'll literally take sort of like your headings in your Markdown files and be able to construct a table of contents for all your Markdown files, and then even a table of contents for the individual Markdown files. Just kind of like your typical like docs page, where basically you'll have a list of all the docs sections, and then when you go to a docs section, all the subsections on that page you can easily navigate. And it's pretty much like you just generate a project and you just write Markdown files, and it's easy. So I've done this for two things. Like one in the data space, which I created the website datalakehouse.help using this framework. And basically what's been great is it's allowed me to kind of create a repository of information, because datalakehouse.help is really sort of a tool that I've made for people, especially if they're new to the data space, especially into the data engineering space, to kind of get acclimated with a lot of terms and concepts pretty easily. I mean, I made it for me just to kind of have like a lot of that information kind of coalesce. I made it with sort of anticipation of sort of like, running into future colleagues who, when they just got hired and they're just trying to on-ramp. A good place with a lot of consolidated information. Okay, and whatnot. But I've also made, I have another website I've been running since I became a developer, at devnursery.com. And I've added a new section called docs.devnursery.com, which literally probably has like all the information you'd ever want, if you're in your like first 2-3 years of being a web developer. Okay, to really understand the concepts and be sort of really have a strong foundation in the knowledge to be successful in that space. So, this is a great way for DevRels and Dev Advocates to sort of build knowledge bases that are not necessarily attached to the company that they work for, but attached to the community that they operate in. So in this case, like datalakehouse.help, I work for Dremio. It's a gift to the data community. Okay, and then again, if you're in the DevRel, your Dev Advocacy, your goal is to really build that relationship with the community and give gifts to them in the terms of knowledge and understanding and empathy and things like that. So I just thought this was a really good tool for that purpose, and I gave you 2 examples of how I used it. And hopefully you guys found that useful. I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a great day and enjoy.